Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm your brother in Islam, Anthony Ali. Can you guys all do me a quick favor? Of course, it's not going to cost you any money. I'm just going to need y'all to support the channel with a like and a subscribe, please. It helps me build this community. Doesn't cost you anything, but it's major for me. Alhamdulillah, I appreciate all of y'all. Listen, disclaimer, I reacted to this video already of Mehdi Hasan debating some people on Jubilee, but I did it during a live stream, and it was cut by YouTube, so I'm going to react to it again, just because I want to react to it, and I want to get you guys' opinion on what you're watching with me right here. Because this is the state of the human race, and this is the state of America, to be honest. So, okay, come on. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get into it. But before I start, I got to plug my brother's book. Go and get this book by my African-American Shia brother, Hussein Wali Allah, Unlocking Success, a Practical Guide. I'm going to read through this book, and I'm going to give you guys a live update of my actual thoughts. But, of course, I'm going to support my brother in Islam. I'm going to support my brother in humanity, regardless. So, go get his book, and brother Hussein, if you see this, just know you have love and support. Without further ado, let's get to this reaction video. Okay, now.
Cash Patel on Epstein.
He knows more information than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, take care.
Surrounded is now a podcast, available wherever you listen. Search Surrounded, plug in, and stay part of the conversation. Anywhere, anytime.
Here comes the lunatic, y'all. Here comes the lunatic right here.
My next claim is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution.
Let me
She
guess.
is.
You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea.
Maybe I do need therapy. Donald Trump is defying the Constitution.
Nice to meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you, sir.
Mehdi, lovely to meet you.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because
We didn't even get 30 seconds into it. The guy just concedes immediately to Mehdi's claim that Trump doesn't care about the Constitution. He's eroding the Constitution. And this guy's justification is that Trump is anti-Constitution. So with Trump being anti-Constitution, which is Mehdi's claim, this guy says he doesn't care if Trump is destroying the Constitution. Kind of honest, if you ask me.
because in regards
They clapped.
to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and
they say the Muslims are extreme. They say, so-called in Islam, if someone is an apostate, blasphemes, that we feel that we should kill them. This is a very ignorant and propagandist understanding of Islam. Because I can assure you what they state is not true. But you hear it from the horse's mouth here.
and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise, I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to.
See, and that right there is extremely telling. Is that not extremely telling to y'all? Okay. We create these rules. Times change, and then now we decide that these rules no longer fit us. So we want to change these rules so that they now fit us more and exclude others. Because this is basically what this lunatic is saying. Astaghfirullah, I don't mean to insult the man, but this is literally what he's saying. The rules are okay as long as they benefit some, which in his case would be him and people like him. You know what I mean?
More than willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
He doesn't believe in democracy. And I don't mean to keep pausing the video, y'all. But this dude was so unhinged and cringe, and it's just like every other statement that came out of his mouth was like, and you can tell, watch how Mehdi gets.
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree.
So he wants an autocracy led by anyone who is in line with Catholic teachings. So why do we hear in the Western world, why do we hear them cry? And remember, these are supposed to be 20 far-right conservatives, and they clapped for his autocracy led by a Catholic, right? Why in the Western world do they cry about they're trying to bring Sharia law, as if Muslims are trying to, enforce Sharia law on the West and whatever land we're in, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, and we all know that if these crazy Christians could, they would install leadership in every country under the guise of Christianity in some form or some way. So what is the difference? Well, I'm not even saying they're wrong. Because as a Muslim, my perspective is, yes, we do want Sharia law to consume the world. Of course. So I'm not in disagreement with him in how he feels, but I just want to point out the hypocrisy. So
do you support Trump? You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I can't even remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted. I kind of voted just to.
I came with this argument, but I'm bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local leaders.
Who is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
white people?
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
And I don't like race politics. I don't. Because as a Muslim, we know that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa ali came to destroy racism. We are all brothers and sisters, no matter where we come from, what color we may perceive each other to be, or any of those things. But this is literally the mindset of most Western people, if you ask me. America, the UK, most Westerners have this mind state. If you don't look like us, if you're not following our culture, if you don't speak like us, then we don't even really think you should be here or a part of this nation. And I honor him and commend him, honestly, for being honest. He's extremely honest. I don't know if he's crazy or if he's trying to go viral or what, but I do honestly believe the guy. I believe he's telling how he feels.
So,
Well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
some of the people in this room don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually, hold on for.
And excuse my language. I didn't mean to say I honor him. I just, I respect the fact that he's being upfront about what he believes. I don't want anybody to get that, twisted, because I can never honor a fascist, a racist, Islamophobe, someone who wants a world just full of white people and no one else. I can never honor someone like that.
For a moment, I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War,
for instance, the Native Americans we came and slaughtered and took the land from.
Assumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you. I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white, and should stay that way.
How does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh, well,
And a little bit, you'll see why he took so long to give his name and why he goes by a pseudonym, because his beliefs are so out there. It's kind of stupid that he would broadcast them on a show like this.
I use a pseudonym online.
Fair enough.
But
Connor,
fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you...
Do you see, when this guy is saying the things he's saying, do you see the smile, the look on his face? Like, is he not extremely unhinged to y'all? He wants the country to be led by an autocratic, Catholic, benevolent leader who's brought into power possibly by a vote of the people. And then once he's brought into power, no more votes. Like, are both sides of this guy's brain working? I mean, I don't understand. I'm so confused, because what will make someone think that something like this is even possible? Even with today's heightened and toxic political climate, like what this guy is advocating for is just insane.
You and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills, because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy.
So listen, the autocratic Catholic leader that's going to come in, right? Benevolent leader that's going to come in is also going to kill some people who is not like this guy. The people who are like this guy and people who they deem to be worthy won't be amongst the group that's going to be killed. And it's sick, because how much normalizing of death and murder and destruction are we going to do in today's day and age? Free Palestine, with the carnage that Israel, the terrorist Zionist state, is conducting in Gaza. with all the assassinations, with the assassinations that the Americans do to political opponents overseas, right? Why do we not look at these people as what they are? Just plain murderers. You know, you can't just kill people because you don't like them or you perceive them as a danger. If that's the case, we might as well do away with the entire concept of self-defense. You know, just go and kill people and then normalize it and try to desensitize people to it over time, which is what they have done.
Distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I don't. I frankly don't care being called a Nazi.
I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that, but
are you a fan of the Nazis? Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. It's not a definitive no. It's more leaning towards a yes, if you ask me. Yeah, I like them a little bit. I just don't like that they persecuted the church. So this is why he didn't want to use his name, and he hesitated, because deep down, he's a Nazi. He's a fascist. He's a racist. He's a bigot. All of these things. And watch how Mehdi Hasan's entire energy changes once he discovers this.
But
what about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was...
Look at her face. Look at her face. You can tell where this is going. All the way left, or may I say right. All the way to the you know what I mean? The far right. Oh, this is bad.
Was a little bit of persecution and stuff like that, which is bad.
And then he comes back. He says there was, a little bit of persecutions in response to Mehdi Hasan's question about the Jews. There was a little bit of persecution. No, there was an extermination campaign committed by the Nazis on the Jewish people. This is just a fact of history.
Name this show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am. And you see how they're all laughing? But watch this. The claps. The claps. The guy says he's a fascist, and then everyone claps.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
You can see in Mehdi Hasan's face, he is clearly uncomfortable now, knowing that he's sitting across a stone cold fascist. And then once the guy states that, numerous people around start clapping. How many fascists are actually in that room?
Clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats. They were aristocrats.
Are you in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
You
mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only killed combatants. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The White Terror was only punished.
Let's read it. Let's read the fact check. Franco and his forces killed and executed 150,000 people. That included members of the Catholic clergy who were deemed either liberal or loyal to the Spanish Republic. So, James Franco, a famous tyrant. This guy says he killed communists who were killing nuns and things of that nature. But Franco killed Catholic clergy. And I would ask this guy, out of that 150,000 people that were killed that we know of. You mean to tell me none of them were women and children? Preposterous.
Punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill people.
You just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi and being a Nazi
is mutual,
and being a Nazi means upholding human dignity, because I even believe in your dignity.
Mehdi Hasan, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done.
I don't, in a state that I was running, I wouldn't want to hurt you or anything like that. But quite frankly,
I don't debate fascists.
Okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you just seem offended.
What you're doing here,
you just seem offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I condemn the.
And remember, they will call Mehdi Hasan these Zionist dogs. They will call Mehdi Hasan anti-Semitic. But look at the stance that he's taken against this fascist when it comes to what happened to the Jewish people. He's visibly offended and visibly upset that this guy won't condemn what the Nazis did. But the Zionists will turn around and try to smear Mehdi Hasan and call him anti-Semitic. It's not too many people are this consistent in the media.
The evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi.
Sure.
Is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
and
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What
democracy.
are you doing here at a televised debate?
Because,
this is democracy. I want to debate and disagree.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean upholding free speech after we win.
So let me get this right. We have debates and free speech so that we can, as a means to an end, so that you can get the leader and the results that you want out of that free speech and debate. But then after you get that leader, do away with free speech and debate the same way he would do away with voting. What kind of state or nation is this guy asking for? This sounds, if not on par, it could be worse than North Korea.
Again, I mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment we're in is that you guys are so open about it.
The whole reason I mentioned
the quiet part loud.
The
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
Past him because of the Nazi
even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
I'm not sure what you want to say.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Pause. You've been voting.
There it is, y'all. There it is. And Mehdi Hasan hits this guy with an epic stare down. At the end of the debate, he just hits him with an epic stare down like, what are we doing? But watching that video, you guys can clearly see the state that the Western world is in, the Western mind, especially the white Western mind, you know, because I don't think too many Black people have a fascist mind state. You know, this country was built by us, but it was never fully in our hands to begin with. And this is why a lot of white people have these feelings or they have this mentality because they feel like they're losing something that they once had full control of, which is America, which they took from other people. Let's not forget that. And it's funny because, like I said, I reacted to this video before, but YouTube took it down. Whatever. It's here nor there. But as I'm going on YouTube, I see a lot more people reacting to it. And Smile to Jannah. This is a channel that I watch here and there. It's a Sunni brother. He's more or less a comedian, so he from what I can see, he stays away from the politics for the most part. But specifically, doing this reaction that he did to Mehdi Hasan's debate with these people, in his opening of the video, he stated, Mehdi Hasan claims to be a Muslim, but that's not important. We're just here to talk about how good he debates. And I don't think that was too hard for anyone to catch. For you to state that Mehdi Hasan claims to be a Muslim is just, I don't know what to call it. You know, and a lot of the world knows that he is a practicing Shia Muslim. So for you to state that he claims to be a Muslim, when it's not like he's a new figure in the media space, it was just disheartening to see you do that, Smile to Jannah, because you usually stay out of the politics and the sectarian behaviors. But I see that even someone like you who's more into comedy and who's more lighthearted, even you can't escape the sectarianism that may creep up in your heart from time to time. It may happen to all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from those feelings. But that's the end of the video, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Do me a favor, support the channel with a like and a subscription, please. It is nothing for you. It's free for you, but it's major for me and major for this community that I'm trying to build over here. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless, protect, and guide you all.